Hello there. I'm visiting my parents at the moment, and I would like to talk about that it's uh, a good way of testing if you are present to the moment when you're together with people that you have known for a very long time, like your parents or grandparents, especially when the people you have known have very different values than you have, and maybe they are triggering different things in you that you know makes you want to speak out and tell your opinions about stuff. I think my parents are very worried at the moment. They live in Poland, and a lot of things are happening in the country that are not so good. So they are constantly watching television and the news, and it's extremely negative. And I feel that their mood is very pessimistic. Even if they talk about something positive, they instantly switch to something like, how it was in the past, or this and that. So it's very difficult to be around them. And for me, it's a very good practice because I have a hard time letting go, especially when I'm explaining something. I feel it's very difficult for me to, switch subjects all the time. And sometimes they're very mood dependent. So they start some discussion and they don't really want to get into the depth of it. They just want to say "Ugh," and then switch to something else. And it requires a lot of self-control, or at least being very connected, to be able to handle that without getting annoyed or freaking out. One thing that was in the television that was very funny, it was that it was kind of positive actually. There was a city in Poland where they just implemented bikes for free. So they basically didn't make it so advanced like other countries where you take the bike and it's kind of registered, but they just found or put a lot of bikes in one place, painted them all the same colors. They made it's public for everyone. So basically everyone can take a bike and just go around and then return the bike. But then even after 1 week, there's a lot of missing bikes. Some bikes came back, but they're, things are stolen on the bike. Then some bikes are destroyed, or they are scratched, you couldn't scratch the bike like this. You have to do something very crazy with it to scratch it like this. And so it looks like kind of like a disaster, this attempt to create something that is kind of, nice. And so most people's opinions, most people would now think, it's kind of, it's bad. It's like there are evil people that did this, they are such criminals, or they don't have any morals. And in fact, it is just taking, again, kind of moving the responsibility over to the individual, because who that have a good life would do such a thing? If you had a lot of money, you would probably not steal the bike. Then if you didn't have a lower if you were more aware about what is happening around you, and you were more in tune with things and had a higher frequency, you would probably also not destroy the bike or steal something from it, or because you would be aware that maybe other people would use it. You don't think about yourself all the time. But what does society do? It teaches you to think me. This consumer society we live in. It's all about me, and we are all in scarcity, living in a way where we are, some things are, manifesting themselves, like being very egoistic and being, afraid of our neighbor, or afraid that we make big walls around the house to prevent other people from taking our stuff, But if we actually look at those people that probably stole those bikes, they're probably not having such a good life. And let's face it, most of us, we have periods of depression, or especially if we are reflecting and not, just going through life from one stimulus to another. We all often have ups and downs in our lives, and if we go back to those people, I think it's some of it is they live in a country and it's pretty hot here. Many people don't have a job. Many people cannot even feed their kids properly. They don't even think in this direction. They just think, what can I do so it will benefit me? And it's pretty moral if you think about it. I mean, think about it like this: like it's ridiculous that we now, a way of solving this problem. Now let's look at society, how they will solve this problem with the bikes. Like, instead of looking at the big picture and figuring out what is the reason why those people are acting the way they're acting, instead we are moving attention, which rules or which ways can we punish those people, or in which way can we make rules or prevent people from taking an action. Well, maybe we shouldn't prevent people from stealing, or because the stealing is an indication that something happened like this. It's an indication of how well the society is working. So by making rules and preventing people from doing it, we're again moving attention from the actual problem. Yeah. So that's it, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it, and have fun. Bye bye.